Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this month's video cast from the bar. We're here in Norwood, Massachusetts, where Chef Gatto and Chef Norm are going crazy, creating some great foods, and we figured we'd come to you today and talk about Beverage 2014. A lot of different elements are going to change this year with our beverage program. First and foremost, I want to talk about Shaker's Choice. Our Shaker's Choice program is actually being replaced, and we're going to replace the Shaker's Choice, which was a very good program for it, but we found a better one, and that's the value program. The $5 value drink, which we ran during the summertime, featuring the margarita with the upsell of the Patron, and our great Uno Shanty, partnering with our friends from Miller Coors and creating our own recipe. We felt that that was a great program. The guests responded to it, and sales were really, really through the roof. So we're going to expand that program and continue it in 2014, replacing the Shaker's Choice. So there's a couple things we need to make sure we take care of. First and foremost, if you have in your restaurants chalkboards that actually talk about Shaker's Choice, you're going to need to clean those up and use your chalkboard pencils and recreate that to talk about the value drinks and to talk about your bar in itself. So again, Shaker's Choice is going to go away. Value drink program is going to come in. We'll talk about the value program in a little bit, about what we're going to be featuring in the first leg of 2014, if you will, and then we'll go through some recipes and make sure everybody's comfortable. One of the other things that we're continuing with is our feature or our insert in our Bar Uno and our drink and dessert menu. Now the Bar Uno menu will be on the bar tables and on the bar top, even in our Zios restaurant, excluding your deuces, of course. We don't want to clutter that table too much. And then in the dining room, even in the Zios restaurants, we've decided to place the drink and dessert menu back on the tables. Again, a selling tool to help drive incremental beverage sales and really push forward our 2014 beverage program. So with that, I'm going to just kind of walk through the actual insert. So here we have the Bar Uno insert, and again, thanks to our team in the marketing department between Kim and Victor and Karen and Caitlin, they've done just a great job creating this fabulous new program and a new menu for us to work with. Now this particular menu itself, as I said, will feature the insert. Now on one side of the insert we have a draft feature on the bottom, the value drinks on the top, and then we're talking about seasonal delights or seasonal cocktails that we've had some great success with in the past 2 years. So when we work with this, we want to make sure that we have the seasonal delights on the side that faces the cocktails, and that's the way it goes in, and then the beer and the value drinks on the side that faces the beer page. Okay, and the one key element to this for everybody to remember is, come February when we switch this beer out, this is a reversible piece which we will pull out, flip around, and reinsert back into the menu to feature the Rebel IPA and to continue with the value drinks and continue with the seasonal delights. So we want to make sure that we're having all of our menus created correctly, all of our inserts on the right side to start, and we're going to change on February 1, and that's when Rebel IPA becomes available nationally. And then on the back, we want to make sure we're really paying attention to the great addition to our beer program this year, is we are going to be featuring premium domestic lagers, $1.99, a really, really great price, super value with the domestic lagers, but we're moving to a 14 ounce. This is where our competitors are. This is that playing field that we want to be in to really drive sales in the bar. We've got a fabulous price point of $1.99. We've got some premium products that are really going to drive interest in our bar. And we got a great looking POP for the back of our menu that people will be excited about. And we want to make sure that we're focused in the bar area on this. And we want to really drive sales on this in the bar area. And then we want to really focus in the dining room on our value drinks. And our value drinks, again, we'll talk about those in a little bit. So remember, value drinks, happy hour beers, seasonal delights, new menu, really some great tools to drive some incremental sales. One last thing on the sale beer, and I want to make sure that everybody's clear on this. We will be featuring in states that can have happy hour, both the Miller Lite and the Coors Light. In the states that are restricted and must serve a value beer or a sale beer all day, every day, similar to Massachusetts, we will only be featuring Coors Light. Please look at your teaching notes, speak with the regional director to make sure you're on the right page, and check to make sure you receive the right panel this coming week. All right, let's get to it and make some drinks. All right, folks, well, here we have our Seasonal Delights menu. Now, our Seasonal Delights menu is very simple. It has 3 great drinks on it, 2 of which are alcoholic, and 1 of which is a non-alcoholic, which we're going to show you, which is really a great drink. It's a nice coffee drink, perfect for the cooler months, and it features some of the key elements within our own menu, which I think you're going to find interesting. So the first drink we're going to make for you is called a Tilted Cafe. Now, Tilted Cafe, it's a cafe-style drink, tilted because it's alcoholic. So we want to make sure that we kind of understand why we named it that. Plus, I think it's a cool name. So the Tilted Cafe is going to feature Patron XO Cafe. This is a product that you will bring in strictly for this promotional time period, and it's a great product. It's a coffee-flavored tequila base, which is really, really, really exciting when mixed in the drinks the right way. So the Tilted Cafe starts out with fresh ice. We're going to mix in 3/4 of an ounce of our Patron XO Cafe, a 1/2 ounce of butter shots, which is that beautiful butterscotch flavor, a little sweet, really brings out great flavor buds, and then white cream de cocoa, again a 1/2 ounce. Now to this, we're going to add 3/4 of an ounce of 1/2 and 1/2. Now I know what you're saying, Mike, we don't carry 1/2 and 1/2 in bulk in our restaurants. Good point, but we don't have to worry, because all you need is 2 creamers. 2 of our creamers equal 3/4 of an ounce. So we're good to go. We'll place in our 1/2 and 1/2. We're going to cap this off. Now, one of the things about this drink is there's an option for the guest. Now, the option for the guest is that they can have a sugar cinnamon rim if they like. It's a great accent to this drink, but some people don't like sugar, some people do. So if you want the sugar cinnamon rim, obviously you want to make sure that you wet the rim of the glass, and then you take your sugar cinnamon, which is 1 cup of sugar to 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, rim that glass very lightly, we don't want to overwhelm. Got a nice little rim on there, it looks nice, perfect flavorings. And then we're going to take our drink. So we're going to pour this in. This is going to have a really nice foamy top to it and make a great presentation for our guests. No garnish for this drink. Serve it right to the guest. Enjoy. So the second drink on our Seasonal Delights menu is a Cran Orange Cosmo. This Cran Orange Cosmo obviously is mixing up flavors of cranberry and orange juice, and then we're just kicking in a little bit extra with some pomegranate syrup from Monin, which gives it that little extra special flavor. We've had great success with the Martini and Cosmopolitan type of drinks that are on our menu, and we're looking to continue that role. So we're going to put some fresh ice in the glass. We're going to mix in 2 ounces of Stolio, and again, Stolio is Tim Reinfeld's favorite. 1/4 ounce of triple sec, 1/4 ounce of pomegranate syrup from Monin, 1/2 ounce of orange juice, and 1 full ounce of cranberry juice. The reason we're putting more cranberry than orange is because we've got the triple sec, we've already got the Stolio, so we don't want to overwhelm the flavors. We want to make sure they blend nicely. Cap that up. The garnish on this cocktail is a lime wedge. I recommend to the guest to squeeze it in. You can ask the guest if they want it squeezed in for them. Gives it that little bit of acidic bite, which is really great for the cocktail. And they can do it themselves if they choose. Pour this in. And there you go, the Cran Orange Cosmo. Enjoy! Okay, so the third drink on our Seasonal Delights menu is a warm and toasty type of a drink. This is a coffee drink, but we're introducing a new product to Uno, which is our Monin Chocolate Chip Syrup. So this is going to combine our fresh brewed coffee with Monin chocolate chip syrup, and then we're going to garnish this in a kind of a unique way with whipped cream, chocolate drizzle, and a piece of our own in-house made chocolate chip cookie dessert. So it's going to help to promote, the dessert with a straw, but also the dessert that we feature and we're famous for. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about the recipe in itself. This mixes 10 ounces of coffee. Now, I can't imagine that any of our bartenders are going to be sitting at the bar measuring out 10 ounces of coffee. That's okay. There is a visual, which is the bottom of the glass handle, is that's where 10 ounces goes. Now, I have measured 10 ounces of coffee, and I'm going to show you that it's going to do exactly that. And it's going to go right to the bottom, and it's going to sit right there. So we have 10 ounces of coffee, and we're going to pump in a ½ ounce, which is, if you have your pumps, to a ¼ ounce pump, you're going to put it in twice. And don't over portion this. Too much of this is going to really hurt this drink. We don't want to do that. Then I'm going to take a cup of whipped cream. Now, this is a cup, this is whipped cream. I do not expect this, but I do expect the right amount of whipped cream. So if we need to teach our people how to create that cup of whipped cream, place it on a blue tapas plate, and then create a visual so everybody can see what a cup of whipped cream looks like. And that's a cup of whipped cream, folks, and that's what we want to make sure we put on this, because we need to garnish this with a piece of cookie, and I don't want that cookie sinking into the glass. So we're going to place our coffee in the glass, put our syrup in, and then place our 1 cup of whipped cream on the top. Then we're going to take our cookie wedge, and the spec on this is a simple cookie cut in half, 4 equal cuts to give you 10 pieces of cookie. Perfect triangles, pizza slice style. I'm going to put that from the edge of the handle facing up to the guest. So when you present to the guest, you have a beautiful looking cocktail. And then you're just going to drizzle over the top with a little bit of our chocolate syrup. And this, my friends, is an outstanding cocktail. Your guests will love it. If you need to kick it up a notch and they want to throw a little alcohol in there, some Godiva chocolate liqueur in there would just go miles for your guests with this one. So, the chocolate chip cookie dessert, enjoy. Okay, so now we're going to talk about value drinks. This is the $5 value drink, and again, this is going to replace the Shaker's Choice program moving forward. We've had great success with this, and we've partnered with 2 of our vendors to come up with some great options for us. The first is the beer. This is the $5 draft beer. I realize this is a bottle, but that's what I have to show you. It's the Third Shift Amber Lager. This is a Miller Coors product. This can be purchased through your Miller Coors distributor. Again, $5 value, but again, one of the things to remember is we're going to be serving this in our Uno signature 20-ounce Pilsner. So when I said to you that our sale beer was going to go away and our happy hour beer was going to switch down to our $1.99 14-ounce, I didn't want to take away that big beer appeal to our guests, so we have a value beer at $5 with our Third Shift Amber Lager. The second element in this particular program, if you want to call it that, is the drink portion of this. Now this is a great one. We had some super success in the summertime with our margarita and our Patron upsell, and again we want to continue that, but in the darker months we want to kind of talk about maybe a rum, maybe a bourbon. We partnered with our friends from Bacardi, and we've brought out the Oka-Cola. This is Bacardi Oak Heart Rum, spiced rum, really a great flavor, got a little bit of that oak flavor to it, but really, really a great product, great price, and fits right into what we're trying to do. One of the key elements to this is the glass. Now, you see the nice Bacardi Oak Heart glass? You'll be receiving these glasses direct shipped to your restaurants in the week of November 4th, which from today on is next Monday. So you'll get these glasses direct shipped. There will be 2 cases for the program. They will not be able to be reordered, so make sure that they're not going home and that you have them for your guests. In the event that you don't have any left or something happens, you can use a 14-ounce shaker. That's okay. But the Oak Heart glass should stay in your restaurant for the duration of the program. This particular program is a simple program. This drink is simple. It's easy to execute. It's 1.25 ounces of the Oak Heart. And then cola, cola. So we're using Pepsi, as you know. Diet if the guest prefers, but we're just going to throw in the remainder. Fill it right up. We're going to garnish this, as most rum drinks are, with a lime. And there's the Bacardi Coca-Cola. Alright, so let's talk about draft beer. In 2014, what we've done is we've created a draft beer lineup that we think is really going to put us ahead of the competition, but still keep us in that unique craft and a little bit of exciting type of a lineup. So what we've got to start is we've got 11 beers that are mandated throughout the entire country. And that list was given to your GMs at the conference just a week ago. Each one of our geographic regions has still one local craft line. And the reason that we decided on that particular brewery for each one of the geographic regions was because that was the #1 seller over the course of fiscal 2013. So we wanted to obviously go with our best. The 12th draft line is going to start out with Audible Ale. Now, Audible Ale is really, it's very simple. It is an extremely drinkable domestic ale. This is made by our friends at Red Hook. It is promoted and featured on the Dan Patrick Show. If you ever watch ESPN in the morning, you'll see the Dan Patrick Show. Really great voice on sports, very knowledgeable guy. This is his beer. This is his promotable beer. This is something that he enjoys. And they kind of tie into what we do in the bar. This is a beer that you can drink, have a couple, 3 or 4, during the course of a football game. Very drinkable, very, very comfortable tasting, but yet mixes extremely well with bar food and obviously the excitement of watching the games. This will start on November 12th and run until February 1st. When we change that out, that's when this piece of marketing materials created by our team will switch or flip over, and we will then go to Rebel IPA. Rebel IPA, really simply put, folks, is the next great thing coming from Sam Adams. They have invested time, energy, their enthusiasm, and a lot of great effort from their guys developing beer to come out with an all-day, everyday, drinkable IPA. This is an IPA that your GMs got to try at the conference. It'll be available nationally on February 1st, and as you run out of the Audible Ale, starting around February 1st, you will automatically transition to the Rebel IPA.